Hey everybody, it's Boardman 21, and today I thought that after we did foes #1 build with the Lich Death Seal, that we would make our own, and we changed the skills up. I myself, when I pushed the build, found myself never using Sacrifice or using the Skeleton Minions. So I decided, let's change those two out and see what else that we can put in that spot that would make it way more fun to play so you don't have to be focused on minions or other things. And what we ended up coming up with was, of course, Wandering Spirits, our favorite poison build. We switched out the catalyst and the weapon for the two-handed plague staff. I know, big surprise. And then we also added in Rip Blood so that when we transplant, we have Rip Blood going off. But now that we're not trying to get ward, we use Rip Blood to replenish life, and we're more focused on it just applying the poison. On top of that, Transplant, which we no longer need to use for bone armor, we have converted to do as many detonations as possible. So when we do Transplant and we have a huge amount of poison chance with that Death Seal, you are getting massive amounts of poison stacks on everything, because anything that does a hit is instantly going to have a 500% chance to apply poison. And we're talking double splatter with 3 blood rips cast and multiple detonations, all of those which will be hits if you teleport right on a pack of mobs. The damage on this is insane, and it is very, very useful for clearing off Monolith of Fates. I have not yet pushed it in the arena. Absolutely just tired of the arena right now and don't really want to be in it anymore. Even as fun as it is now in the new patch, I just can't bring myself to do another few hundred waves. So we are going to stick with the Monolith of Fate, and it's been a while since I pushed as high as I can possibly go in it, so that's what I will be doing for the next few hours. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the skills of this build. One of the first things that you've probably noticed about this build is the fact that our skills are basically the same as my 3 million DPS build, other than the fact that we have Reaper form now. And instead of using Insanguious chest piece, we're going to be running just a normal chest piece so that we stacked as much health as possible. We didn't really get a whole lot of armor procs, but we did stack a lot of dodge, some health regen, and a lot of elemental resist. Now, because of that, that allows you to actually stay in that form, and because we're leeching so much life and doing so much damage from different sources, that usually your life will stay full. Plus, Leech gives you that free hit, so if you do get knocked out of Reaper form, you'll know that you have that free life, so you can just continue on and run around and dodge everything until you can go back into Reaper form. And that's officially made it into a really viable build. Now, for skills, what we'll be running is Rip Blood, Death Seal, Wandering Spirits, Reaper form, and Transplant. For Rip Blood, we are now going to be using this to do as much poison as possible. So we're going to have 1 point in Evacerate, 4 points in Splatter so that we can get the double splatter effect between these two, 2 points in Hemomancer, 5 points in Gushing Wound, and 1 point in Septic Wound, so we have an additional 100% chance to poison. We have 4 points in Quenching, and because we have 3 points left in this skill, 2 more points will go into the health granted, with 1 more point into Hematology, so that we'll get more health per point of intelligence that we have. Now, for Death Seal. We tried a few things with Death Seal, and the thing that worked the best for this build is the way I have it right now. Hungering Souls was pretty cool. You could get some pretty good damage. I was getting 1k crits out of the single Hungering Soul that was coming out of it. However, it just wasn't the same as using Wandering Spirits. Wandering Spirits can stack so much more poison that it's just so much more deadly in the game right now. The other thing that we did was we took the 5 points out of Tachycardia, so that we're not proccing the death wave as much, but we were able to go back into the poison chance. So with this build, we have 5 points in Corrupted Consciousness, 1 point in Mortal Pulse, 3 points in Desperate Shroud, 1 point in Deadlock, 5 points in Pestilent Presence, and 2 points in Moratorium. The other 2 points that are left are both going to go, well, one each. One into Death's Breath for increased death wave area, and last point we'll go into the duration for that maximum duration. For Wandering Spirits, we still have this set up to do as much poison damage as possible. We have 4 points in Thin Veil, 4 points in Lingering Souls, 4 points in Souls of Rage, 1 point in Spectral Putrescence, 3 points in Soul of Filth, 3 points in Spirit Swarm, and 1 point in Spectral Scorn. I can now see this, that I messed it up. I'm going to take the 1 point out of Spectral Scorn and put that as the 5th point in Thin Veil to increase the reveal rate. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I put that there. I thought I had already maxed this. Alright, and then for Reaper Form. For Reaper Form, the main thing is just being able to get as much health leech and stay in Reaper form. So while we're in this, we have 4 points in Mistress of Decay to reduce the health drain to increase our damage, 4 points in Harbinger of Blood to increase our health leech, 4 points in Reaper's Ascendance, which gives us additional spell damage for every 5 seconds that we are in Reaper form. You can have up to 25 stacks, which 25 times 4 is 100, which means we can have an additional 100% spell damage while we are in Reaper form for more than 125 seconds. That's 2 minutes. We have 1 point in Reaper's Supremacy to increase that frequency by 40%, which puts us, I don't know, 4 seconds. Sounds good to me. 1 point in Soul for some increased damage, and 4 points in Reaper's Curse for a 100% increased damage and a 100% increased crit chance. For Transplant, actually, the last 2 points in this are both going to go into the frequency so we can get that spell damage much sooner. For Transplant, we have 3 points in Bone Armor, 1 point in Acolyte's Fervor, 2 points in Sadism, 3 points in Pale Blood, 1 point in Arena of Blood, 1 point in Scarlet Rain, and 3 points in Depravity. We have 3 points left. 1 more will go in Scarlet Lane, and 2 will go into Black Mirror, so that we will get a total of 5 detonations down here, plus this one means we'll get 6 detonations wherever it is that we transplant. It'll actually be 2 from where we teleport and 4 to where we're going, and what that does is every time those explode, they count as a hit, which will apply all of your poison stacks, which really adds up. For passives, we have 24 points in the Acolyte base class. We have 8 points in Blood Aura, 5 points in Blood Pact, 5 points in Crimson Gluttony, 2 points in Dark Rituals, and 4 points in Forbidden Knowledge. 0 points in the Necro because he's useless, and 90 points in the Lich. We have 8 points in Survival of the Cruel, 8 points in Dance with Death, 3 points in Wrathbringer, 8 points in Serrated Bones, 5 points in Grasp of Fate, 8 points in Desolation, 8 points in Lasting Stench, 8 points in Apocepha. Yeah, fuck it. 5 points in Volatile Blood, 4 points in Deathbringer, 5 points in Clairvoyant Insight, 8 points in Ageless Aseptic, 5 points in Soul Maul, 7 points in Corrosive Consciousness. Okay, 90 points. Yeah, I think we got them all. Alright, for items, we're going to be running a lot of the same stuff. We did change the chest piece. So, obviously, my fave, we got the Plague Bear Staff in this build. And then we're going to be running set Dodge and set Elemental on our rings. We're also going to have Dodge and Elemental Resist. We have some additional Leech with set Glancing Blow on the gloves. The boots is a bunch of Dodge. The belt's a bunch of Dodge. Again, the ring, the relic, they're all going to have that set dodge, set elemental, same with the amulet. For the helm, we have cooldown recovery on top of the glancing blow dodge and increased health. And then we did do some health regen per second on the chest because the Plague Bear and a lot of the passives degen your health, and we wanted to make sure we were staying at full health. It really sucks in a build that's, already with Death Seal being on the brink of dying to have your health degen, and we want to stay as full health as possible, so we have 5 points of health regen on our chest. And then for idols, we're just running increased health and elemental protection. You can do whatever you want with the idols. I know there's some 2x2s out there that give increased damage while transformed, or increased spell damage while transformed. Those will really help you. I don't have any. Maybe I'll find some in the future. I don't know. We'll do some farming later, but this is what we got. This is how it is. And now for some gameplay. Enjoy.